Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. My name is Monica Nesbitt. I'm the Development Manager with the NANP, and I'm delighted to have you here, and I'm delighted to welcome Diane Kaler with NTI. So Diane graduated from Nutritional Therapy Institute in 2007. Since graduating, she has become a teacher and active community speaker. She has continued her education through additional training in holistic health, high-level wellness, herbal therapeutics, functional blood chemistry analysis, and functional endocrinology. She has been an instructor at NTI for more than 10 years and became academic dean in 2017. As the owner-director of NTI, her passion for learning about and teaching nutrition informs her desire to make NTI the choice for nutrition education. Diane is proud to be at the helm, driving expectations and making changes in the field of nutrition education. Diane, thank you so much for your time. I'm going to turn it over to you, and I will manage the chat window for you.
Great, thank you. Thank you so much for having me here. Thank you so much for being here, those of you who are on the webinar. We're going to talk about NTI today. So Nutrition Therapy Institute, we are located in Arvada, Colorado, which is just outside of Denver. We are one of the longest standing holistic nutrition schools in the country and have been in existence since 1999. And since that time, for more than 21 years, have really strived to, and we believe succeeded in providing the comprehensive high quality education in holistic nutrition. As Monica said, my name is Diane Kaler. I am the owner and director of NTI. I started my career here as a student and graduated in 2007. Very quickly after that, came on to be a teacher, taught most of the courses that are part of our curriculum at some point in time during my teaching career. And then became academic dean in 2017, where I was responsible for a major overhaul and update of our entire curriculum. And then when the original founder decided to retire, I purchased the school, took over ownership in 2019, so just over 2 years ago. And have been at the helm ever since and loving it. We, 1 year ago, moved locations to this beautiful historic building in Old Town Arvada, and are happily settled in our new home. We call it Nourish House because we believe that you know, everyone who comes here and participates in our school and our curriculum truly does find some sort of nourishment, not only for their body, but for their mind and their soul as well. So I have a lot of information to cover. I'm going to cover information about both of our programs. We have a Nutrition Therapist Master Certification Program, which we abbreviate NTMC, and we have a Natural Food Chef Program, which we abbreviate NFC, so that's how I will be referring to them. I'm going to first cover the NTMC program, and we'll talk about what's included in it, the courses, those kinds of things. Then I'll talk about the NFC program. We'll talk about some tuition items and hopefully give everybody a really good understanding of what we do here at NTI. So before I start talking about our programs, I want to talk about our food philosophy. We don't really aspire to any one particular philosophy, I guess. We really place a priority on nutrient density and biochemical individuality. We really see the value in a broad spectrum of, or I should say of including a broad spectrum of foods in the diet to take advantage of a full range of nutrients and nutrient density that is offered to us by this broad spectrum of foods. But of course, there are people who have certain aspects of their biochemical individuality that make certain foods either more or less beneficial for them. And so we teach our students how to really recognize these biochemical individual factors for their clients so that they are well trained to provide personalized, unique plans for their clients based on their particular needs and their wellness goals. So we really think that it's important that we provide a platform for our students to be empowered to make the food choices that best support their needs, as well as then make that available to their clients also to be empowered to make those individual food choices. So let's talk about our NTMC program. This program is 13 courses long. All the courses are required. All of our students start off with our foundational science courses. That's anatomy and physiology and biochemistry. And then they also all take the nutrients course, which is the kind of basics of nutrients, macronutrients, micronutrients, where we talk about the biochemical pathways and the chemistry that these nutrients have. Then students start moving into learning about the digestive system, because of course our modality of offering therapeutics to our clients is via food and via the digestive system. So we really do have to become experts in the digestive system and digestive function. And of course, detoxification is so intimately involved with that we have a course that covers both of those subjects all in one. We have courses in weight management and sports nutrition. So we really try to give some good foundational information and in-depth information on mechanics and processes of weight management, and then nutritional support for athletic and exercise endeavors. Our Life Cycles and Healthy Aging course is a survey of the life cycle. Here we talk about fertility, pregnancy, infant health, child health, adolescent health, and all the nutritional strategies that are necessary for those different life cycles. We jump to the elder population, talk about healthy aging. Of course, everyone's going to age. We just want to provide information that makes that aging process one that is healthy and done healthfully. The Pathophysiology and Clinical Applications course is our hardcore chronic illness course. This is where we cover all of the etiology and mechanisms and biochemical pathways of the common chronic illnesses that unfortunately a majority of the population will experience one or more chronic illness during their lifetime. And so here's where we cover all of the information that's necessary, as well as nutritional support and nutritional strategies for these chronic conditions that you will be working with inevitably in your client population. Nutritional endocrinology and reproductive health is the course where we really dive into the endocrine system, understand how the endocrine system functions, all the different hormones, how they interact with one another to bring about regulation of body functions. And then we narrow in on really specific targeted endocrine aspects, including thyroid health, reproductive health, hormone balance for both male and female reproductive systems, and bone health. Introduction to Herbology, Supplements, and Labs is a course where we introduce, just as it's said, called, we introduce concepts in herbology that will help a nutrition therapist be able to use adjunctive support in the form of herbs when they're working with their clients. The supplements component of that course, we talk about regulations and legislation around supplements. We talk about finding good quality supplements and how to, assess supplement quality. And in the labs component, we introduce what are the different kinds of labs that are out there, what kind of information are they providing to us, and then we go into high-level test results and what that means in terms of analyzing current nutritional status. The research and communications course, we are a science-based program. We want to ensure that our students are empowered to be critical thinkers and critical learners. So we have a course where they really learn the specifics of how to assess the research that is available in the field of nutrition. So those courses are all what we call our core academic courses. They're all 10 weeks long. We have 3 skills development courses, nutrition therapy and practice. This is a sort of mechanics of how to be a nutrition therapist. This is where you do diet analysis and create your intake forms and learn how to do SOAP notes and keep track of client records and those kinds of things. Business readiness and coaching skills. We think it's really important to provide business training because students go through these nutrition programs where they get a lot of academic knowledge and they're really knowledgeable and skilled about nutrition. But then when it comes time to actually utilize that to start generating revenue, sometimes they can be lacking in business skills. And so we have a course where we cover business skills. And we also incorporate coaching skills into this course because, of course, helping people, guiding people through making sometimes challenging diet and lifestyle changes can be difficult for the practitioner and the guide. So we want to offer our students and teach our students some basic coaching skills that are going to help them in those interpersonal relationships with their clients. Those 2 courses are also both 10 weeks long. The culmination of everything that is done here at NTI is exhibited in our final course, which is independent study. This is where the students create their final project, their final exit project. This is the exhibit of their knowledge and their skill. Inevitably, as they're going through all of our courses, there's going to be some subject that's going to resonate with them that they really want to immerse themselves into the research and become an expert in that subject. This is where they do that, and then now they have something that they can use to start building their practice after they graduate, and this can be their niche area of specialty that they're going to use once they graduate. So I want to talk about how to take courses in our program. We have 3 different formats in which students can opt to take courses. Very generally, sort of top level, we have both classroom and online learning. Our entire program can be taken online, and most of our courses can be taken in the classroom. I'm going to talk about each of these formats individually in upcoming slides, but just very overview. The online option, we have 2 formats within our online option. One is called Group Start, one is called Independent Start. So for Group Start online and for Classroom, those options, students are participating in their coursework as part of a cohort. And our cohort learning happens during our scheduled academic terms. Right now, we are halfway through our summer term, and our fall term starts on September 13th, 2021. So we have 4 terms per year: summer, fall, winter, spring. This is when, again, those cohort learning opportunities will occur. Independent Start online, students who choose these options, or this option, will participate in their coursework according to their own availability and their own schedule, so they can register for a course and begin any Monday of the year. Now, as I said, I'm going to go through these options individually here in a moment, but for those who are interested in kind of having a quick at-a-glance comparison, you can find our course type comparison on our website on the academic calendar page. This shows next to all three of them next to each other with the different features and characteristics. So you can do a compare and contrast all in one place. Before I talk about the individual formats, I want to talk about what all students get, our curriculum delivery for all students. Every student gets weekly PowerPoint slide decks. There are 75 to 100 slides for each week. They are downloadable in PDF format, so you get to keep them forever, for as long as you want. And they are very, we have a inside joke here. Our PowerPoint slide decks are very nutrient dense. So 75 to 100 slides, sometimes a little bit less, oftentimes a little bit more, but usually somewhere in that range. So a lot of really in-depth information. The assessment that we do to keep track of our students' performance is in the form of weekly quizzes, which are done online on our student portal. They're automatically graded. These are quick answer reinforcement of just learned material within our PowerPoint slide decks. And then for each of the academic core academic courses, there are 3 module exams. And these module exams are essay questions. They really challenge students to show the depth of their knowledge. They require critical thinking. These are graded by the instructor, and the instructor provides comments so that they then become a learning tool themselves. The module exams are open book. You have 1 week to complete them, so there's no memorization here. You always have access to your resources. And there are assigned due dates for those module exams. Now, just a reminder, we have 13 courses. So of those 13 courses, 4 of them don't have quizzes and exams. Instead, they have assignments. Sometimes they're weekly assignments. Sometimes they're 3 or 4 assignments during the 10 weeks. It really just varies on the course type for those 4 courses. But in general, most students will be participating in weekly quizzes and 3 module exams during the 10-week term of their course. So the in-person classroom format, for those who like to be in person, first of all, we are proud to say that we believe, the only holistic nutrition school out there that still offers in-person learning. And so for those who are local to the area or want to move here to attend classes in person, which we do have students who do that. They specifically move here to attend classes. That is still an option here in our facility, Nourish House. We have a beautiful, large, well-lit, beautiful classroom. And so you will be in class for each course that you register for. You will be in class for 3 hours each week, and those 3 hours are all on one day, either 9 to 12 or 1 to 4, depending on the day that course is scheduled. In that class period, instructors cover all the slide materials, and then they include sort of supportive supplemental teaching to help provide context and guidance on clinical application of what you're learning in the slide material, this very academic information. They're going to help provide the support to be able to actually apply that with your clients in the future. Of course, this provides ample interaction with the instructor as well as among classmates that are in the classroom. Our online format, all online students have weekly pre-recorded video lectures that cover the slide material. And all online students also have a dedicated assigned instructor who they will know their contact information and they can reach out to answer any questions they have about the course content. You know, that can be done via email, a scheduled phone call, whatever works best for the student to be able to have that communication with their instructor and have that support from their instructor. Now, as I mentioned, we have two different formats in online education. The Group Start Online, in addition to having the weekly pre-recorded video lectures, also has weekly 1-hour live webinar instruction. This is required attendance. And during this 1 hour, again, the instructor is providing their own unique way of supportive teaching to help with that context and that clinical application of what you're learning in the slide material. Additionally, our Group Start option requires 3 discussion board interactions with your cohort who are in that course at the same time. For Independent Start, remember earlier I said Independent Start, they are not participating during the scheduled academic terms. And because of that, there's no required interaction with your instructor or your classmates. Another feature of Independent Start is that you can expedite your learning and finish in as little as 4 weeks. So if you are, you know, a really go-getter and have got time, you can condense your 10-week term down to as little as 4 weeks. You still must finish within the 10 weeks. We don't allow you to extend past the allotted 10 weeks, but you can go faster and finish it earlier. Independent Start is much more self-directed. You still have the pre-recorded lectures, but there isn't that 1 hour in-person interaction with your classmates or your instructor. So it's much more of a self-directed learning style. Oh, sorry, I wanted to mention, we offer flexibility in these different options. So for the classroom learning, for the Group Start and Independent Start learning, each time you register for a course, you choose which format you want to do. So it's very easily tailorable to meet your schedule, your learning style, your goals for that particular course. Most of our courses are available in all 3 formats. Some of our courses are only available in Independent Start online format, but for the most part, you're going to be able to choose between Classroom, Group Start, and Independent Start each time you register for a course. And that decision is totally based on you, your needs, your goals, your learning style, and your availability. Additionally, we offer flexibility in how many courses you take at one time. So for us, a full-time student is someone who's taking 2 courses per term or 2 courses at a time. At that rate, you can finish our program in 18 months. We offer flexibility. We recognize that people have lives outside of going to school. Oftentimes students have full or part-time jobs that they are working in. You know, they might be full-time moms, which of course we know is a full and a half-time job. So we offer flexibility. If taking 2 courses at a time just is not going to fit in your schedule and your life, you can take 1 course at a time. And of course, that will lengthen the time it will take you to complete your program. But we offer that flexibility because we recognize the need for for that flexibility to make going to school easily fit into your life. On average, the amount of outside work that is being done is between 8 and 12 hours per week for each course that you're registered in. This includes your reading, your reviewing of the slides on your own, which we always recommend you do, watching the videos, doing the quizzes and the exams. So on exam weeks, those 3 weeks where you've got module exams, you're probably looking at a little bit the higher end of the range. And on weeks where that's not a module exam, on the lower end of the range. But of course, that varies based on the individual student and just how fully they engage in the coursework. That will influence the amount of time that it will take them on a weekly basis to fully participate in all the resources that we provide. Here again, the flexibility is variable. If one term you're able to take 2 courses, and then the next term something comes up in your life, you've got a project that you're working on at work, whatever, you can drop down and do 1 course. And then the next term, if it fits, you can take 3 courses. As long as you are able to keep up with it, we don't really have any restrictions on the number of courses you can take. As long as you can keep up with it, we're okay with that. So the instructors that we have here, we always want to have highly trained instructors, and we prioritize people who maintain active practices, because we want them to be able to bring their clinical experience to their teaching, whether it be online or in the classroom. We want them to be able to say, I just had a client or I just had a patient yesterday who we were, talking about this very issue, and here's what's going on, and really share those case studies of their clinical experience with their students. So we have a variety of different specialties. We have naturopathic doctors, chiropractors, other nutrition therapists, and other health practitioners who are trained in holistic health fields that bring that passion, their education. Of course, they all have different educational backgrounds, and their clinical experience to the teaching environment, so that students get a wide variety of viewpoints as they progress through our program and interact with a variety of instructors. And they also oftentimes end up being role models for how students see themselves wanting to practice once they graduate. So the designation that our graduates get is called Nutrition Therapist Master, abbreviated NTM. This is a certification program that signifies that the graduate has gained mastery in the knowledge, skills, and competency necessary to be a holistic nutrition professional. So I just want to be really clear, we are not a master's degree program. We are a certification program where that word master really refers to the mastery that you will gain by participating in our curriculum. The career opportunities are truly as varied as the number of graduates that we have. In general, there are 2 routes, the entrepreneurial route, the employment route. Most of our graduates do take the entrepreneurial route and open private practices where they're seeing clients one-on-one, either in person or online, or a combination of both. But that's not the only opportunity for work. There is also employment with an existing company, and it's actually becoming more and more available to find work in existing organizations and companies like natural foods, grocery stores, supplement companies, wellness clinics, corporate wellness centers, those kinds of things. Even more and more holistically minded medical practitioners are intentionally seeking out well-trained holistic nutrition professionals to work in their offices with their patients, because they recognize that food matters. It makes a difference in your health outcomes, what your food choices are, but they either don't have the expertise, or quite honestly, they don't have the time to spend that's needed with their patients. And so they are oftentimes seeking out, as I said, well-trained holistic nutrition practitioners. And they oftentimes here in the metro area, they come to us knowing that our graduates are exceptionally knowledgeable, well skilled, and can fit right in to their holistic practice. They come to us wanting to post job openings on our closed Facebook page that we have for our graduates. And so we don't have a formal job placement program, but because of our reputation here in the metro area and regionally, we have a lot of people coming to us looking for skilled practitioners that they can employ in their businesses. And our graduates, actually our students and our graduates, all have access to our closed Facebook page. And so they are always seeing these job postings, and they always get filled immediately. People always tell us we are so happy with our new hire who is an NTI graduate, because they really do have the knowledge that these places are looking for. So of course, we are proud to be an NANP approved school. All of our graduates are eligible to take the board exam to become board certified in holistic nutrition. We have one of the highest pass rates. It hovers between 92 and 94%. So on average, 92 to 93% is our pass rate. Our students are well prepared to take that exam. That doesn't mean that they don't have to study for it, but they are well prepared to take that exam. What I have here on this chart is, on the left-hand side, NANP has specified curriculum requirements that they expect us as a school to teach our students in order for our graduates to be eligible to take that exam, but also to be eligible just to meet the standard of what holistic nutrition therapists should know. And on the right-hand side is kind of a visual at a glance look at all the places throughout our curriculum where these subjects are covered, so that by the time students graduate, they develop this really in-depth compendium of knowledge and skills that allows them to be not only competent, but confident in being a proficient nutrition practitioner. So on that board exam, we don't have a formal system for study groups, but our graduates are always, they keep well informed of what each other is doing. We have a very high participation rate on our closed Facebook page, and they self-organize study groups for that board exam. I'll talk a little bit later about other ways to keep engaged with us. We have a Pod Talk podcast, and several of the graduates that I've interviewed on that pod talk have talked about the ways that they participate with their fellow graduates to prepare for that board exam. So I want to talk a little bit about our NFC program. This is our teaching kitchen here in Nourish House. Well appointed, fits 9 to 10 students. Our limit is 10 students at a time, but you know, well appointed with all professional cooking equipment that is required in a chef school. So our program is unique in that not only do we teach how to prepare foods that taste good and look good, which is what you're going to find in any sort of culinary training program, but we prioritize using whole foods so that the meals that you prepare are going to promote optimal wellness. That is a focus of ours for our natural food chefs. Nutrient density is a priority, and we emphasize really high quality ingredients. We use only organic, pasture raised, wild caught, you know, all of the necessary thresholds for quality of foods. And these are things that we talk about. We talk about the nutritional benefit of these high quality ingredients so that our students graduate knowing how to prepare meals that are going to promote optimal wellness of their the people who are eating their meals, whoever they may be. And so the professional work opportunities for graduates, most of our graduates become personal chefs. So they are hired by individuals. They go into these people's kitchens, they cook however meals they're contracted to cook. And this is a thriving business model and business to be a personal chef. There are other opportunities like catering for retreats, meditation retreats. I just talked to a graduate this morning who did a catering event for a men's, I think it was a yoga retreat or meditation retreat. I can't remember. It was a men's retreat. Other opportunities are teaching cooking, either to your individual clients or teaching cooking in health food stores, wellness centers, functional medical offices. There are lots of places where you know, people realize that eating out and eating food where you don't have control over the ingredients because you're not doing the cooking for yourself has negative implications on health outcomes. And so more and more people are either wanting to learn how to cook using high quality ingredients or want someone to do it for them if they are not so motivated to cook for themselves. And so our natural food chef program is really the best foundational place to start getting that education and being well prepared to do a wide variety of things in this field. This is a 15-week intensive program. You're in class for 3 days a week. This is not an online program. It is in person only, 3 days a week, all day from 10 to 6. And so this program is not something where it's kind of flexible. You can drop in, drop out, that kind of stuff. That's not what this program is. We run it twice a year, once in the fall, once in the spring. You know, we have a lot of people who move from out of state to take this program because, as I said, it is very unique, one of a kind, that's difficult to match all of the features and characteristics with other programs that you can find. So we teach culinary arts, we teach cooking to nourish, and then also we have business training specifically for chefs as part of this program because we want them to be prepared to actually implement their goals and start a business or start doing something to generate revenue once they graduate. And this business training will help them do that. So tuition for our 2 programs. For the NTMC program, 12 of our 13 courses are $790 each. The last one is $475. If you do the math, it comes up to $9,955. The Natural Food Chef program is $9,780. That includes a little over $1,000 in those high quality ingredients that I was talking about earlier. And one thing that I didn't mention is not only are you learning how to use the ingredients and cooking with the ingredients, you are eating at least most days you're eating 2 meals a day. So you're cooking and eating 2 meals a day. And very regularly, our students say that they never ate so well as during the 15 weeks when they were in our NFC program. That tuition is $9,780. We have for the NTMC program, it is a pay-as-you-go system. So you're only paying for the courses that you register for. If you only take 1 course at a time, you only pay for 1 course at a time. And even within that pay-as-you-go system, we also offer payment plans where you can have 4 or up to 4 interest-free payments during that 10 weeks to pay that $790 per course. Our NFC payment system, a little bit different. We do have payment plan options. We also have discounts for early payments. It's a little bit different payment system, but a lot of flexibility there as well. Additionally, we offer discounts for students who are taking 1 program to participate in the other. Sometimes we have students who do both programs at the same time. Other times we'll have students who do 1 program first and then decide that they want to do the second one. Now the question is always, should I do the nutrition program first or should I do the chef program first? And our answer is always whichever one really resonates with you and fits in your schedule. What I've seen happen is that people who go through the NTMC program, they learn all about the benefits of nutrient-dense foods and all the science and the chemistry behind the nutrients that are in these foods. And they get far in and they kind of start to realize that, geez, you know, I don't really know how to cook all these things. And I don't know how to teach my clients to cook these things. And so sometimes that's the way, the gateway through which someone cross-pollinates from the nutrition program into our NFC program. And then vice versa, in the NFC program, you know, people who have a passion for cooking and want to learn how to cook and want to, you know, really get engaged in being a culinary expert, they get into our program. And as I mentioned, we teach a little bit about the nutrition of these high quality ingredients, and they just want more and they want more and they want more. And so oftentimes those students will then, after they're done with NFC, transition into NTMC. So there's really no standard or specific requirements to do one before the other. If you wanted to do both, it's really whatever sort of feeds your passion at that moment or whatever you have time in your schedule and location wise. So that is payment information. So I want to address our fiscal responsibility, because I know that sometimes just, you know, schools that are kind of out there that you find on the internet, you sometimes may not know if they're the real deal, and we are financially stable. We are approved and regulated by the Colorado Department of Higher Education, the Division of Private and Occupational Schools. That's DPOS is the way we refer to them. So they assure that our school has an approved program of study, operates on sound financial basis, has qualified instructors, approved recruitment and admission policies, and that we promote our courses truthfully. That is the mandate of DPOS, and as an approved school, we have to comply with all of those requirements and all of the evaluations and reviews that are associated with our approval. Additionally, we are required to be bonded. We have a surety bond with the state of Colorado, and that bond protects students against a loss of unearned tuition should we cease to exist. Students' investment here in NTI is a sound one and is not at risk of being lost because of our being regulated by DPOS. So I've talked about the comprehensive education that we provide. I've talked about the flexibility that we offer, which tends to be one of the biggest drawing factors to our school, is that we offer a lot of flexibility so that people can fit the process of going to school into their lives, into their finances, into their work schedules, you know, and we want to make it flexible and easy for students to attend. Students at NTI get a one-year student membership in NANP for $35, which is a $64 savings over the normal student membership rate. Graduates of NTI get a one-year free membership in Sophia Health. This is an online marketplace that matches clients who are seeking holistic health practitioners. Graduates also get 3 months free membership in the Holistic Entrepreneur Association. This is a business and marketing resource that has tools and strategies and resources specifically designed for holistic health practitioners. And graduates get a free listing on our website. Anyone can go to our website and look at our graduates page and see what our graduates are doing with their certifications. What have they had the creativity to create once they leave NTI? And then, of course, because of the reputation that we have in the field of nutrition, our students and our grads have that reputation as well, get to take advantage of that reputation, and are known to be exceedingly knowledgeable and skilled once they leave our school. Our enrollment process is very easy. We have this learning management system where you can start your application. Once you get approved, you pay for your courses, you register for your courses, all of your course materials, your quizzes, everything is done on this cohesive learning management system. So it's very organized and easily accessible. So there's not a lot of chaos and confusion about what you're supposed to be doing and when. All of our both of our programs and all of our different formats can be accessed, and you can register for them on this system. Our NTMC program, we offer full enrollment. You can submit all of your application documents and become a quote unquote full-fledged student by signing an enrollment agreement. Or you can do what's called single course enrollment, so that you can just give us a try. You can take either anatomy and physiology or biochemistry as a standalone course, and you can experience our learning management system, our curriculum delivery, our method of instruction, our instructors, You can get a feel for how all of that works. And then once you do that and love it, and it feeds your passion and your soul, then you can submit your application documents to become a fully enrolled student. All right, so I am done with my presentation. I want to let everyone know about an exclusive discount offer that we are providing to those who learn about our school from this School Days Deminar. So it's $99 off your first NTMC course, or $99 off the NFC Program Tuition. So in order to take advantage of the discount, you do need to reach out to our admissions team, admissions@ntischool.com. They can get you a coupon code if that's something you'd like to take advantage of. You just have to say that you learned about it from this Deminar. So to learn more about NTI and get a feel for what we do and what we do within our NTI community, we have a weekly blog that's posted on our website. We have a monthly newsletter that you can sign up for on our website. We have free ebooks that you can sign up for on our website. And we also have events that we offer. Sometimes the events are continuing education for students and grads, so only open to students and grads. Other times they will be events that are open to the public. Sometimes they're in person, sometimes they're online, sometimes they're a combination of both. So to keep updated with those events, best ways to do that are to get our monthly newsletter and keep on top of our social media. And then you can register for those events on our website. So our website is ntischool.com. That's where you can find all of that. On the bottom footer of every page of our website is all of our social media icons that you can find us on: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, LinkedIn. I don't know if I'm missing one. So it's all there on the website. Additionally, I mentioned earlier that we do we call them pod talks. It's our podcast where I interview students and grads and instructors and people in the nutrition field. We talk about nutrition, we talk about food, we talk about things that are going on here in our community, both small community, large community, all around nutrition, food, and health. Those podcasts, pod talks, you can access on our website as well. So, other places where you can get podcasts, and right now I can't remember which podcast platform we're on, and I apologize. My office staff is going to be laughing at me when they see this because I can't remember what the platform is, but you definitely can get it off of our website. Anyways, thank you so much for giving me the time to be here. I'm happy to respond to any questions or comments that came up in the chat box, Monica.
Great. So, Diane, thanks so much for your time. I don't have any questions or as of yet, but if anybody has any, now's the time to ask.
Yeah. Well, and we're always available to answer questions as well. Admissions@ntischool.com. We have an admissions team that is there responding to those emails 8 to 5 Monday through Friday Mountain Time. So we're available pretty much anytime during the workday for questions.
Super. All right. Anybody have any questions? No, we've kept most of our audience with us the whole time. Diane, thank you so much. It was a very well done presentation. I really appreciate all the time and effort you put into it. Very informative. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, thanks for giving me the opportunity, and Thanks for those of you who showed up live today and those who are going to be watching the recording. I really appreciate it.
Great. Well, Mary Ann says, nice job, Diane. Caleb says, thank you. So that's always great. Super. Well, everyone will get a copy of this. And of course, it'll be available at the NANP.org website. We'll have a link to it. And I know Diane's always willing to answer questions. So if anybody has any, please shoot them her way. Diane, thank you again for your time. Super, super great kickoff to our school days Devonar series. Really appreciate you being the first one to go.
Absolutely. We're happy to do it.
Wonderful. All right. Well, if nobody has any other questions, I'm just going to sign off and we will see you next time.
All right.